Hey there, Mikey. What's going on, guy? I have not seen the new Star Wars Titan XPS. No. What am I looking for here? Sorry, I'm trying to get things set up here. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Just let me know if you are hearing me correctly. No, I haven't seen them. Here we go. Let's see what's going on here. Go away ads. Anyway, I'm good. All right, cool. No, I haven't, man. No, I have not. Star Wars Titan XPS. This is the new, this Acer Aspire, the Acer Aspire E5 576G 5762 is going to be the newest unit that I review for a budget gaming laptop. I reviewed one earlier in the year, and the 57D4 that had the 940MX in it, and this one has the GeForce, where is it? The GeForce MX 150 chip in it. So that's the newer refresh on their 940MX. It's going to be about 50% faster in benchmarking than the 940MX, close to the 950 in a laptop that costs $599. So that's pretty cool, actually. So we'll be able to check that out. That should come in tomorrow. So I'm kind of revisiting the budget side of things right before Christmas. When somebody wants a budget type deal, then this might be the deal for them. Star Wars Titan, I don't know what that is, but we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at that. Star Wars Titan Collected. Oh, Titan XP Collector's Edition. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ay, ay, ay. That's right. You can be red or green. Jedi Order GPU and the Galactic Empire. You know, the people are going to buy more Galactic Empire ones than anything else. I guarantee it. Why do these things freaking cost? 12 gigs of GDDR. Okay. So they're basically like 1080. Hey, Aaron, what's going on? Yeah, it's been about a week since I've done a live stream. I don't want to know the price. Listen to all these people. I don't want to know the price. Dark Side looks way cooler, way cooler. The same price as the regular one's $1,200. Yeah, go figure. Hey, Night Eagle, what's up, man? Happy birthday. So, yeah, they look pretty cool, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not that much of a Star Wars fan that I'd be like, oh, I need to have a Star Wars GPU in my system or whatnot. You know what I mean? I mean, it looks cool. No doubt. Does it look $1,200 cool? Nah, not for me. For people that are rich and have, disposable income and are super, Star Wars fans, then yeah, that's cool. I'm kind of interested in the GTX 1070 Ti just to see what the difference is because I have a GTX 1070 on my desktop and it does pretty good. It's a solid GPU. I wonder what the gains are in the 1070 Ti over the 1070. So I'll get into that maybe at the end of the year. Battlefront 2, I will probably buy, yes. I will probably buy that. I'm getting ready to sell my MSI laptop, the Dominator Pro. It has outlived its usefulness for my reviews. So if you know of anybody that wants a very, very well cared for, mint condition Dominator Pro 238 with a GTX 1070 in it, let me know, because I'm going to sell that. I have no need for it. Oh, no problem, not you. So I will be selling that. I don't know. I haven't really even thought about pricing yet. I'm just looking to see if people are interested or whatever before I throw it out on eBay or somewhere, you know. Other Star Wars one you can buy. For the MSI, like I said, I'm not quite sure on price. You know, I'd let it go for something, you know, I'd let it go for like 1100, to be honest. Like there's just, I mean, I paid much more for that, and retail it's like 1700, but I'd let it go for like 1100. You know what I mean? Just because I've used it and it's in perfect condition, like it's in mint condition, but I just don't have a use for it anymore. Like I did all my reviewing on it, and I don't use laptops that often. So, you know, what's the point? It's kind of just sitting here doing nothing. So I'd much rather sell it to someone that's going to get a lot of cool gaming use out of it. I mean, it's an awesome machine. It's just I don't use it that much. That's all. Especially when you know, I don't know why that was on 50. You guys can hear me all right with my microphone, right? I don't need to adjust that. Yeah, I'd like to get a minimum. I mean, I guarantee if I put it on eBay and I put it up there for 1100 bucks, somebody will snag it up like in a heartbeat, because they retail for like 1700. So, I mean, I'd like it to go to somebody that's going to get some good use out of it. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll put it out on eBay and let them do it. So hey, back to the one this is the one that I have coming in. I had to put out 600 bucks for this. But that's cool because this is more budget oriented, and a lot of people don't have, you know, 1100 or 1500 or $2,000 to spend on a laptop, and they still want to be able to game. So the new E5 with the MX150 should be do it. Can you give me a few? I might buy it from you for 1100. I don't know. It just depends. Give you a few what? Days, weeks? Yeah, I mean, that's fine, Mikey. Figure it out, man. I would rather, well, you can talk to your parents and see what's up with them. I think you were saying that they were gonna like help you out there or something like that. But yeah, I have all the original boxing, everything. It's like in perfect condition. I just have to, you know, wipe it down and wipe out the, you know, reset the drive back to factory and stuff like that. But yeah, it's in perfect condition. Lately, it's just been sitting here next to my desk on a laptop pad, just kind of sitting there being lonely. Poor MSI. Yeah, that's fine. Talk to them. See what they want to do. You know, I mean, you guys can just PayPal me and I can send it over. I can send it out to you. It's not a big deal. Just be warned, like it doesn't have a warranty on it or anything, but it's my review unit, man. It's never had a day of issue. I take care of my stuff like 100%. So anyway, back to what headphones do I use? These are like $25 headphones, man. They're Sadie's SA902s, which you can get on where's my DuckDuckGo? Sadie's SA902. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Oh, these are new versions. Oh, that's crap. That's crap. Yeah, 26. Here you go. Here's the black version for 26 bucks. That's the one I got. This is the one I'm using right now. There's a white version on here somewhere. There it is, 25 bucks. That's the exact version I'm using right now. So there you go. They are $25, and they're awesome. They even have it. They have a black and a blue one too. I never saw that before. I don't know. I like the white and the red ones. I like the black and the red ones too. But Sadie sent these over to me like, I don't know, like 2 years ago. I've been using them. 7.1 surround is, it's kind of like a software gimmick. It's not, it's whatever. I mean, they sound fine if you just plug them in. They're plug and play. You know what I mean? It's not like. Right now, I am using a Logitech MX Master MX Master 2S. Because it's got Bluetooth and it'll allow me to sync to up to 3 different devices at once. So I can just push a button on the bottom, like, so if I want to go from my workstation to my laptop to my phone even, I can do that, and just by a push of a button. Plus, on the computer side, if you install options, you can actually just go to the right or the left-hand side of the screen, and it'll just run right off the screen onto, let's say, the laptop screen. So it's like using a secondary monitor. So when I do streams from laptops that I actually review and stuff like that, it's kind of handy to have. I've never tested any Razer products, man. They seem to be pretty overpriced. There's a lot of stuff you can get out there that'll have the same, the same quality and function without the Razer branding on it. I'm kind of interested to see what this Razer smartphone is going to look like, though, because that looks kind of cool. But I already have a Note 8, so I'm not really looking to upgrade my phone. But it looks cool. I mean, the fact that it has dual firing front speakers is pretty cool. What, for mice? Corsair? Or are you talking about the headsets now? Are we still talking about headsets? Or are we talking about mice? What are we talking about? Oh, mice. Corsair. What's the? I don't even know what the one is. Corset? No, Corsair. Which with this give more in games. GT62VR 70 or 63VR both with GTX. They should give you just about the same. Mook. They're all going to be about right around the same. I mean, you've got the same CPU and GPU combo, so you're going to get about the exact same frame rate. Thanks for stopping by the channel, Wow. So anyway, but yeah, so we were just talking about my MSI. I actually have an MSI review unit that I'm trying to sell. So if you know anybody that's in the market, let me know, because that one I am going to do what I need to do to get it out of my house so that I can move on to the next review unit, whatever I review. Oh, actually, which is going to be this E5 that I've been talking about. Yeah, I know. I'll wait on you, Mikey, to hear if you want it or not. But just I'm throwing it out there, dude, because it's got to go. I can't have a gaming machine like that just sitting here doing nothing. It makes me cry inside. So anyway, this is the next one I'm doing for the budget for the budget gamers. This is the E5, the new refresh of the E5. Now the cool thing about the E5 is, as in last year's model, they still actually put a DVD drive in this, which is useful to some people, not to other people. So the fact that it actually has a DVD drive is actually pretty cool. The Acer Aspire 5 was the one that everybody was like, oh, it's got the new MX150 and it's $599 and blah 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 blah. Well, they simultaneously released this on Amazon, the E5 and the Acer Aspire 5. And I reviewed the E5 earlier this year, and it was awesome. The MX 9 40MX, I'm sorry, is pretty decent, you know, for budget gaming. You know, you're going to get 30 frames plus on most games. The MX150 is the successor to the 940MX. And in testing and benchmarks, they have said that the MX150 is about 50% of a boost over the 940MX. So you're putting it at like a 950M, you know, between like a 950M, maybe a little over a 950M to, you know, between that and a 960M. So that's actually pretty decent. The other thing that I like about this particular laptop is the fact that it's still super portable. So you're getting a gaming machine in a portable package. The other thing that they did with this is last year, or earlier in the year when I did it, I did a whole entire review on the 57D4, which has that 940MX in it. And that was pretty cool. But, excuse me, but it had a TN screen. But now they've upgraded it to an IPS display. So not only for $599 are you getting a better graphics card, you're also getting an IPS display. So you don't have to worry about upgrading your TN display to an IPS display. So for $599, this is a pretty damn good deal. You know, it still has a numeric keypad on the side, so you need that. It's got the new Coffee Lake i5 8th Gen 8250. Quad core. It's now a quad core instead of a, it's got 4 cores instead of 2 cores, which you had last year. If we take a look at last year we had the 7200U, and it had 2 cores versus 4 cores and 4 threads versus 8 threads. So very, very cool. A lake of coffee. So it also has double the cache the smart cache as well. Still at that 15 or 25 watt, 25 watt TDP. So very, very cool, man. They made a lot of, I mean, even the processor itself is double. Now your base frequency is only 160 versus 250 or 2.5 gigahertz, but your max turbo frequency goes up to 3.4 gigahertz instead of 3.1 gigahertz. So it'll turbo boost up to even higher, you know, an extra 300 hertz higher than, you know what I mean, than the old processor. Plus, you're getting an extra 2 cores to work with an 8 threads instead of 4. So, I mean, you got to think that's a pretty big leap. That's double right there. So that's good. So it's a very interesting machine for a budget machine. It's going to be very, very cool to see how this works out. I'll probably put it through its full gamut of crazy tests to see what this thing can do as far as gaming goes. You know, now I'm not expecting miracles, of course, but can I play like, you know, Battlefield, and can I play certain things in, you know, Overwatch and all of these things, and what kind of frame rates am I going to get? At least, you know, playable, respectable frame rates. And if I can get, and I'm sure I can, because on the Acer Aspire that I did earlier in the year, I got decent frame rates, decent enough to be able to be like, oh, I can enjoy this, I can play this. So I'm interested to see how the MX150 does over the 940 MX. So it should be pretty cool. So that's what's coming up. That's what I've been waiting for. Been waiting for that in the mail, trying to get that going. So I figured I'd have a little tech talk and what's happening type thing, and stuff like that. Should I buy a laptop used like a new from Amazon warehouse? I said package has damage, or is it good to buy? Yep. Or you could just buy mine, since I'm selling my review unit, my GT62VR 7RE. So if you trust me, you can buy it from me and know that it's in mint condition, because it is. Or you could buy it from Amazon warehouse. Cousin had Xbox One S, and he told me that if I got a piece of it, not to buy any games, he could give me He could give games to me. He can share. I believe he can share games to you. Yes. I don't know. I don't really use. I have an Xbox One, but I don't really use it that much. Kind of just sits downstairs on the TV and does nothing. Since I game mostly on PC. So yeah. Anyway, that's the deal with Amazon warehouse, man. I mean, it's okay. Hey, Hongwei, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I don't even know what are they selling that for now, used or like new or whatever. Let's take a look. Yeah, some of them are Game Anywhere type titles like Forza and Recore and a bunch of new ones that are going to be coming out. Shadow of War might be. I don't know. I have to double check that. MSI, where is it? GT62VR Dominator Pro 238. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Yeah, $17.99. That's a lot. Used and new. Here we go. Tiger Tech Store's got it refurbished for 14 or 14.74. Yeah. Yeah, I'd let mine go for like 11 plus whatever shipping, you know what I mean? It's gonna be 20 bucks for shipping or something like that. Yep. I'd let mine go for like 11, man. I just need to move it. Move it, move it. Something light and light too. Gaming laptop without gaming looks. How intense gaming? There are plenty budget gaming laptops that don't really look like gaming laptops that you'll be able to get. That don't look, that don't have like crazy red and black and, stuff like that. And what's your price range? DTX 1050. I don't know. I really haven't seen too much that looks, maybe the Dell line is probably the most toned down, I think, I would say, as far as, a 1050. You go for like the Dell. There's one that's like, it's not so bad. Yeah, you can get this right here, $8.99. This is not bad. This is Inspiron, 7th gen. And this doesn't scream gaming, you know what I mean? It's like, it's got little red accents on the back. That's about it. You know what I mean? That's about it. That's got a 1050 Ti or a 1050, and it's $8.99. That's not bad. I mean, it's okay. You could probably go to Dell Direct and get a little bit of a deal. My sister wants a gaming laptop that's not so game-ish. I figured that the Helios would be best, even though it looks like gamery, just because of the 1060. I guess depends on what she plays. Again, it all comes down to what you play, and that really dictates your budget, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, if you're playing solid AAA titles, FPS, you must have 60 frames a second solid all the time in whatever resolution that you want to play. Then you need to customize that depending on, you're going to be dependent on your graphics card and sometimes even your your CPU as well. So it really just depends. Yeah, I would for Forza. I would probably go at least 1050 Ti, if not 1060, just because for Overwatch You can play Overwatch on anything. Forza, I would go at least a 1050 Ti, 1060, probably 1060. It's just too demanding for, you know, for what it is. GTA 5 you can play on almost anything now. CS:GO, maybe Minecraft. 1050 would be fine for you, dude. You can squeeze out anything on a GTX 1050. GTA 5 you can squeeze out no problem on GTX 1050. Shit, you can play on, if we look at some of my videos, you could probably even play it on like the friggin' 940MX. I don't know if I ever did GTA on that. Did I? Did I actually do that? I'll look at my live screen here. I'll go to my shit. I don't know if that's in here or not. I need to go to my playlists. Let's see. Did I even do that? I did Sniper Elite. I did Mass Effect 1 and 2. Battlefield 1 I did. Overwatch, RuneScape, Subnautica, Minecraft, Warframe, Rust, Guild Wars 2, Metal Gear Solid 5, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Skyrim. No, I didn't do GTA. I don't think I did GTA on this one. Hey, thanks, hon. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hit or miss. It's like one of those things where you're right place, right time. The right people pick up your videos, that type of thing. People share your videos. That's a big thing, obviously. If people share your videos, then you end up doing better. But I mean, it's okay. I'm not in a rush to get to 1 million subscribers. It would be awesome if I could do that. Like if it would just pick up and go. But I'm slowly upgrading my camera equipment and all that other stuff too. Now I shoot everything in 4K and do all that stuff too. So, am I going to play Forza? I'm not a big Forza fan. It's fun. I'm more of a Guild Wars 2 fan. What am I working on as of right now? I'm waiting for this Aspire E5 to come in this week so I can do a budget laptop gaming series on this because it's got that MX 150 chip in it. And for $599, dude, you kind of can't beat this. IPS display, MX 150, 256 gigabyte M.2 drive. Not bad. New Coffee Lake i5. So this will be the new one. This will be my new budget gaming laptop to see if it dethrones the other one, the Acer E15 from earlier this year. My full-time job is Amazon affiliate. I work from home, so Amazon affiliate, YouTube. I have several affiliate things going on and stuff like that. So. Lots of ways to make money on the internet if you want to grind, grind, grind. So that's what's going on so far. And not a lot of other things on the horizon yet. I've got some other people sending me stuff to review. I've got a bunch of stuff in the back that I still have to review. Some more projectors, cherry keyboards. What else? Other stuff that's on the horizon. So we'll see how that goes. The Note 8 is awesome, man. I've actually got it right here. I love the Note 8. Note 8's a great device. I've been a Note fan for a long time. Ooh, there's a new survey available. I'm not. They're like, fuck you, then you're a loser. Damn it. Oh well. So that's what's going on, people. That is what is going on. So put the word out. Hopefully Mikey will get back to me on this laptop before I throw it up on eBay. Let me know if that's something that you guys can get into or whatever. But the MSI must go to make room for other gaming things. Since I pay for all my stuff out of pocket, I kind of have to sell stuff once I'm done reviewing it. I can't justify keeping like multiple laptops in the house and shit like that. It's too much, man. I mean, the Note 8 was a personal thing, so like I needed a phone, so I still have a Note 5 that I have to like resell or do something with. 1050, a GTX 1050 maybe would be fine. I mean, CS:GO and Minecraft, dude, you could play that on almost anything. GTA 5 would be the only demanding title really that I would worry about, and a GTX 1050 should do you okay for that. Shit, you could probably go even lower than that if you wanted to. You might be able to go MX 150. I'm going to be doing that testing. Keep a lookout, dude. Then you can pick this up for $599. Plus, it's light. You know, it's got NVIDIA Optimus, so you're going to get a lot of hours on the battery life, you know, when you're not gaming. So that was the cool thing about the other the Acer Aspire. You could go GTX 1050. You don't have to do 1050 Ti. Right. Exactly. Like you can pretty much run CS:GO and Minecraft on like almost anything, dude. You know, Dota 2, all those games, like, you know, even Overwatch. Like Overwatch is very low overhead for your GPU. You know, if you want to bump the resolution down to like 720p, you can get like 30 to 60 frames a second on most settings in Overwatch, no matter how you do it. So, yeah, well, a Celeron 900 is like, how old is that? In computer years, that's a long time. I have some sort of UPS will deliver your package someday. Oh, it's out for delivery. Sweet. I should get it today. The Acer Aspire E15. Now to dig up that extra 8 gigs of RAM that I had from the original Acer, and hopefully I still have that. And maybe if I'm really lucky, I saved the secondary thing for it too, so I can add a second drive. Or I threw it out like an idiot. If I did, I'll just request one from Acer and have them send it over to me. What are you using right now? GPU, etc. On what? My desktop or my laptop? Well, they're both the same. GTX 1070. GTX 1070 on my laptop, which Mikey knows all too well that I'm trying to get rid of, just because I need to make room, not because it's a bad laptop. And GTX 1070 full in my desktop, which is what I'm streaming on right now, is my desktop. But for me, a laptop isn't, like, I do most of my work from home, so like all my work is done on my desktop. It's really not done on a laptop. The only reason that I buy laptops is to review them on my channel for you guys so that you guys know what they can do. And then after that, I resell them. It's not, you know, something that I would keep personally. I don't need a mobile gaming solution per se myself. Now this, if this turns out to be okay, I might actually just keep this because of the price. You know, $600, I can play some light gaming on it, whatever. I could probably justify keeping that. But you know, a laptop like with a GTX 1070 that can do hardcore gaming and stuff like that, I'm not going to utilize that unless that becomes like a main thing, you know what I mean? So for me, it doesn't make too much sense. The one that's on the screen, man. This one. The Aspire E with the MX 150. It's $599 bucks. Got a GeForce MX 150 in it. New Coffee Lake processor. 8250U quad core. So it's going to be a step above that 940MX one that I did. So we'll see. We'll see how well it does. Most people are reporting that the MX 150 is doing about 50% more than the 940MX. So it's basically a laptop version of the GT1030. So it should be pretty interesting. Well, all right, people, that's it. That is, yeah, it's a desktop, basically a desktop version of the 1030, or a laptop version of the 1030, the GT1030. Do I recommend the Predator Helios 300? Yes, it's a solid machine. See, now I'm getting ready to end my stream, and now everybody's coming in asking questions, so I guess I'll just kick back and hang out and wait for people to ask me questions. Because, you know, everybody seems to come in and at the last start. One more tip? Sure, man. What do you got? I'm going to turn off this camera, though, because I'm, like, yawning in the camera. There we go. Yeah, I can give you one more tip. What's your question? And Welltall ID, yes, I do recommend the Predator Helios 300. It's got a solid setup there for the price, you know. You're paying $1,050 on Amazon, and you're getting a full GTX 1060 laptop. So definitely. Definitely. Well, if you're only going to play a GTA 5, well, let's just take a look, dude. Let's just take a look. Here we go. Let's take a look. This is the one that I'm going to review, and it's officially the successor to the old Maxwell-based GeForce MX or 940MX, which I reviewed in detail on the Acer Aspire E15. Now, the new Acer Aspire E15 is coming up. You know, the older 950M and 1050 GTX 1050 are rated at a higher 40-watt TDP, while it uses, you know, the MX 150 is only using, you know, 23 by 23 millimeter package due to the chip size, so you're going to get a lot of less power consumption out of it. So let's take a look at some of the games that they've tested on this. First, this comes in at over the 950M by at least 3%. So this is, you know, the laptop version of the GT 1030. You guys can still hear me? Just tell me in chat if you guys can still hear me. We still going? Yeah, we're still going. Okay, cool. I think we're still going. Let me know. I'll continue my rant in a second if you guys type in chat that you know that I'm here. Okay, cool. Okay, so the MX 150 is somewhere in the middle here. You know, you've got like, you know, even the GTX 860M is only 9% more than that. You know what I mean? From a couple generations ago, or a generation ago, if you count the 9, you know, the 9 series or whatever. So that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at this, and you're looking at different games and what you can do in them. Depending on what you play, these are the averages that they're getting. If you can play Call of Duty World War II, a brand new game that just came out last month, at 1080p on medium settings and get 68 frames a second on a laptop that is $599. Then you look at some of these other games and it's like, okay, if I want to play Destiny 2, I'm going to have to lower my resolution to 720 to get over 60 frames a second. But if I want to play it on 1080p and I can live with over 30 frames a second, I can play it at 1080p. So it really just depends on what you play. So let's take a look at what you want to play. The most demanding game that you want to play, in my opinion, would be Grand Theft Auto 5. So if we take a look at Grand Theft Auto 5, wherever it is, it's in here somewhere. Always is. Even Battlefront, you know what I mean? If you drop this is 768, but if you dropped it to 720p, you would get over 60 frames a second on Battlefront. Same thing, you'd get close to 60 frames a second on Fallout 4. See, look at Dota. You can play Ultra 1080p and get an average of 70 frames per second on this laptop. You'd have to drop Witcher 3 to 720, but you can still play that. GTA, here we go. GTA, 30 frames a second at 1080p on high. So that's advanced graphics off, 8 times AF, 2 times MSAA, and FXAA. And you're still getting 30 frames a second at 1080p. Now, if you put it on medium and drop it down to 768, 4 times AF, you're getting 110 frames a second. So can you get that somewhere in between that? Can you get, can you play at medium settings at 1080p and get 60 frames a second? Probably. It died. What are you talking about it died? I'm still running. You guys can't hear me? Looks like I'm good. I've got green light. I got a green light. Oh, okay, good now. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's kind of weird. It might be some sort of streaming issue. So, do you want to? I mean, this is the most demanding game that you're looking at. So, if you can play it on high, and get 30 frames a second, and this is on an MX 150. But if you drop it down to 720p, you're getting, you got to be getting 60 frames a second on it. You know what I mean? So, it really just depends on you. You know what I mean? If I play on medium at 1080p, can I get close to that 60 frames per second mark? Probably. But is that important? Do you need to have 60 frames a second? Or can you live with 30 to 50 frames per second and be totally okay with that? Like in GTA 5, probably you'll be fine, even with 30 frames a second. It's FPS games that really need to have that solid 60 frames a second, So, even Shadow of Mordor from like back in the day, you can play on, and get a decent, but you got to kind of just drop it down from that 1080 preset to, high on 1080, you're still getting 30 frames a second. For something like Shadow of Mordor, you don't need anything more than 30 frames a second. BioShock Infinite, well, that you can play that almost anything. Tomb Raider, Guild Wars 2. Now, this is important for me because I play Guild Wars 2. Now, the problem with Guild Wars 2 is that it's CPU intensive as much as GPU intensive. So, I'll probably play it at 720p and, get, because it's like at 20 frames a second at maximum all on 1080. Now, I might be able to play like on medium details on 1080p and squeak out 30 frames a second or 40 frames a second, but that's fine. What's the difference between a GTX 1050 and an MX 150? A lot, actually. Let's take a look at that. And Diablo 3, that's another one I play. I can play this in Ultra and get 80 frames a second on the MX 150. That's friggin' awesome. See, that's the kind of shit I play. So it really comes down to what do you play, Where is it? But my point being, you don't need to spend all that money on something if you're not going to utilize it. Okay, so this is a class. They're rating this a class 2 card. So I get that. So where do they put the 1050? Yeah, they put that in class 2 too. So let's take a look at the 1050. Is there a big difference in the 1050 Ti? Not a huge difference. There's a difference, but not a huge difference. Again, you know, if battery life is important to you, you know what I mean? Remember that these GTX 10 series cards are going to suck down 40 to 50 watts. So you're going to get like an hour of gaming time on battery, no matter what, just because, you know what I mean? So if we look at GTA on the 1050, that's a difference. I mean, you can see the difference already. You're seeing a lot more green on a lot of these games, you know what I mean? Where is it? Yeah, see, instead of 35 frames a second, you're getting like 30 more frames a second on high at 1080. So if that's important to you and you need to have 65 frames a second, you know what I mean? Then go for it. But do you need to have 60 frames a second on high on 1080? Or can you live with 60 frames a second on, you know, if we go back and take a look at the MX 150, can you live with something like arriving today an Amazon package? Yay. Can you live with bumping it down to 760 1366 by 768 and still getting over 100 frames a second? You know what I mean? So it really just depends. It's really that drop. It's really the resolution drop that does it, you know? Well, then there you go. You already made up your mind in your head that you want a 1050 or a 1050 Ti. And if you do, you can get something like what I reviewed before. You can get an Acer VX15. Where is it? Oh, crap. Well, that's not right. Where's the one that I reviewed? Well, you could get this. You could get an MSI GL62M or 7RE with a 1050 Ti, 256 gig SSD, and an i5 7300 HQ for $800. So I would do that because it's got a SteelSeries keyboard, and they're probably one of the best keyboards that I've ever used on a laptop. That's what I would get. $799, 1050 Ti. You know, you're paying an extra $200 for the video card. That's what you're doing. You know, so that's pretty much what you would do. Now you could get one for, oh wow, that's stupid. Anyway, that's a good deal right now. There's a rebate for this? Oh, order by 1031. Damn, that would have been an awesome deal. You could have got that shit for $699. Anyway, here's the deal. So you get your 1050 Ti, you get 8 gigs of DDR4, 256 M.2, Cooler Boost 4, which is awesome. I use it on my laptop, and it works awesome. SteelSeries keyboard, and it doesn't look super gamerish, you know what I mean? It looks just, you know, fairly, except for the logo on the back, fairly, you know, slimline, whatever, black, basic. And you're getting a 1050 Ti for $800. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a pretty decent setup right there. You know, later down the road, you'd probably have to add a, you know, a secondary hard drive or something like that. But beyond that, you know, for $799, a 1050 Ti would do you perfect. That was in January. It's not the same thing. Yeah, we haven't gone through the underwear thing yet. It hasn't. The stream hasn't degraded to underwear review. Yeah, see, I mean, most of these are pretty good. Well, the screen broke after 3 months and I have to get a new one. How the hell did you break a screen on a laptop? Did you drop it? How the hell does anybody break a screen on a laptop? Yeah, see, most of these people with that configuration are saying that this is good, you know? Ooh, it's got a TN screen? Well, that kind of sucks. That can't be. Oh, it might be. Maybe that's why the price is low. They cut corner on the screen, made it TN. It is a 94% NTSC panel though, so and it's wide and it's a widescreen, so I don't know. I think that guy's full of shit. That's not a bad deal. What about higher level product which costs 1050? Is a better deal to go for Helios or something with a 1050 Ti? The Helios will the 1060 will crush the 1050 Ti. So I mean, if you got the money to burn, dude, go for that. I mean, it's 10 whatever the hell it is, 1050 at the moment, 1099, 1050. Somewhere around here. It's got to be up here. No. It's here. Yeah, you can get the 1049 version. You can get the 1399 version, but you're paying $250 for the metal fans versus the plastic fans, which I didn't have any problem with the fucking plastic fans. Everybody was like, oh, you know, it doesn't have the Aeroblade 3D fans, blah, 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 blah. Dude, pay the 1049, get your 1060, you know what I mean, and be good to go. And don't waste your money and pay $1,400 for a friggin' laptop just because it's got metal fans versus friggin' Aeroblade fans. Woo! I mean, if you ran into heating issues in any way that made you personally feel uncomfortable, I did not. There's a spot on the laptop above the WASD keys that's not on the keyboard. It's right underneath where the laptop hinges that gets hot when you play for, you know, an hour or two. But you can actually undervolt your CPU and that won't happen. So, I mean, and getting hot is one thing. Does it get over, you know, the thermal threshold? No. You know, it's in the 80s or something like that. So, I mean, the 80C is totally fine and totally normal for something with a full board GTX 10 series graphics card. That's just the way it's going to be. It's going to be, you know, it's going to heat up. Is it going to be dangerously hot? No. But people are like, I get those questions all the time, every day. You know, oh, I hear this overheats or it gets really hot. Should I be worried about that? No, you shouldn't, because it's designed to go up to 100C, and even if you're gaming for 3 hours and it's 85C, who cares? It's within the threshold that needs to be to game. You know what I mean? What's up, Amar? Did Dave say that? No, he just bashed the screen. He just said that he didn't like the screen because it wasn't bright enough. And it's not super bright, but who the hell's going to go outside and play? Who the hell's going to go outside and play, Overwatch or some sort of game in the sunlight outside? Nobody. No, who does that? Nobody does that. Nobody does that. You're doing it in your house or at a friend's house or whatever, 99% of the time. You're not going to be reading your laptop outside. What are you going to go to a coffee shop and just hang out outside and drink coffee and play games? You're not going to do that. Nobody does that. And the 5% of people that do that, then yeah, okay, they don't want that screen. You know what I mean? Because it's just not bright enough for gaming outdoors. But when you're indoors or whatever, it's totally fine. I never had any problems with the brightness of the screen. Nobody does that. Who does that, dude? If I'm going out somewhere, I'm not going to be playing games. I'm going to be like doing other shit. That's the whole reason I'm going out, is to do shit. I'm not going out to play games. I could stay home and play games. So that's the whole deal with that. I mean, yes and no. It really just depends as far as laptop buying what you want is the most important thing, but also try to save some money, man. Buy what you need. Don't buy, you know what I mean, necessarily exactly what you want. Because if you're going to only play, if you know what core of games you play, then match the GPU to those games and then start your search from there. You know? Yeah, the Helios 300 is a solid choice. If you've got $1,000 to burn, then go for it. If you don't have $1,000 to burn, there's other options out there in the $800 range, and even as you're going to see with the E15 at the $600 range, where you can actually do that, you know? Me, I'm just using Amazon to search. You know, I do all my shit through Amazon because I'm an Amazon associate. Linus, hi, can you help me find a gaming PC that costs less than $500? Less than $500 is going to be tricky. $600? Possibly. And are you looking for a PC or are you looking for a laptop? So, those are questions that need to be answered before you can do that. Yeah, Witcher 3 will run fine on the GTX 1060. I'm interested to see what this thing. I'm gonna put this thing through the friggin' paces, dude. When I get this, I'm gonna smash this thing with crazy games to see what this budget laptop can do. Like I did with the other Acer Aspire that I have thousands and thousands of views on. Oh, just that's Notebook Check, dude. Notebookcheck.net. That's what that is. Just notebookcheck.net. They benchmark like all these graphics cards so that you can see, you know what I mean, what games do what. I'm definitely gonna smash the crap out of this one though. This MX 150 chip. Where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna smash the crap out of this thing, dude. I'm gonna throw everything at it and see what happens. You can't get an Acer Aspire VX15 for $500. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Really? There's a VX15. Yeah, there's $1,000 for that one. That's the i7 version. Uh, the i5 version with a 1050. Nobody's even selling that right now. 824 refurbished. Yeah, you're not gonna get, not for $500, dude. A $500 laptop, again, is not something. It was always $799. when I bought it. Was it $7.99 or $8.99? I don't remember. I got my i5 version for like $8.99. $8.99. It was $8.99 when it first came out. They replaced it with the with what the fuck? What the fuck they replaced it with? The Nitro 5? Was it the Nitro 5? Yeah. There you go. Oh, here you go. Dude, this is perfect for you right here. You want a 1050 Ti laptop right now, $699. What? 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 That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. Although I think our buddy Dave smashed this and said the Nitro 5 sucked for some reason. I can't remember why. He likes to smash a lot of shit that I like to review. I like to review whatever he thinks sucks, apparently. Like the Note 8, the friggin' Helios, like everything that I end up, like bigger things that I end up reviewing, he ends up saying they suck. The Nitro 5? Ooh, there's a bundle with a mixed reality headset. I want it. IPS. Wow. Why did Dave say this was bad? I want to know. I don't like the fact that it just has red LEDs on the keyboards. That kind of sucks, but whatever. 8 gigs of DDR4, 256 gig SSD, 1080p IPS, i5 7300 HQ, which is nice. For $699, that's pretty insane, dude. That's actually pretty insane. That's pretty insane. Bright red backlit keyboard. See, that's what turns me off about it. Ugh. Acer's a mixed reality or like headset compatible. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, because the screen's not bright. There you go. Because the screen's not bright. I guess I'd rather have red backlighting rather than no backlighting, but I wish they would. This would have been an awesome machine if they just made white backlighting and made this all black. That would have been so much better if they just had white backlit keys and that not that ugly red bar that goes across the middle of it. He just, I don't know what his deal is with screens, but whatever. He just doesn't like screens, I guess. I don't know. He's one of those people that the screen is super important to him. You can tell in all his reviews. One USB 3.0 port, two USB 2.0 ports, one HDMI port. That's not bad. I mean, that's not bad, dude. $699 is not bad. I'm gonna have to put this on my list for influencers. I'll put it on my PC list. Did I add it? Come on, man. Yeah, I might have to review this afterwards. I mean, that's a pretty good price for a 1050 Ti. I can't imagine I mean, obviously it's $100 off right now, so that it may not always be that way. But even $799 is not bad for that. I mean, yeah, it's not the Coffee Lake. They're, here's a convert. Oh, this is a convertible laptop. What is this? Oh wow, with a 1050. See, it's got the new Coffee Lake. See, the Coffee Lake processor makes a lot of sense because it's a U processor and it still has 4 cores like the 7300 HQ. Let's take a look at that actually. 7300 HQ. Let's add that in to my setup here. Where is it? 7300U, no. 7300 H core. Or it was 7300, right? HQ. That's what we were looking at. Yeah, 7300 HQ. Okay, so let's compare. I want to see. Okay, so it's the same process, 14 nanometers, as the Coffee Lake. I kind of don't really care about the one in the middle. Disregard. Base frequency 2.5. See, the turbo frequency is only, 100 hertz over the Coffee Lake processor. See, the Coffee Lake processor has 8 threads, and this only has 4 threads. So you get double the threads out of the Coffee Lake, the U processor, than you do out of the HQ, which just really is crazy. Same cache. You get your bus speed is double. But look at the TDP. 15 watts versus 45 watts. Wow. Yep. So that's the difference. I mean, it has to eat up more power. But I'm so interested to benchmark this because you're getting 4 cores, 8 threads, turbo of 3.4 gigahertz, 6 megs of smart cache, 15 watt TDP. That's insane. Like, I can't imagine. I mean, that's awesome. So, I mean, if that machine, the 5 that we were just looking at, had a Coffee Lake processor in it, I'd be like, wow. Ugly red and black. Yeah, 4K UHD stuff and all that. Yeah. Yeah, it's all red and black for now, man. I don't know. That's just the way it is. But that is actually a good deal for. I mean, 699 is a great deal for a 1050 Ti laptop. You know what I mean? That's not bad. Although I don't know, man. I mean, I really wish they would put the Coffee Lake one in there, just because it's got 8 threads, and that's going to help with games that are more CPU intensive. So I don't know. I mean, the 1050 Ti is a great card. Like, we can take a look at where the hell is it? Are they not saying that's class 1, are they? I guess they are. No? Yeah, 1050 Ti notebook. I did a lot of testing on the 1050 Ti, you know what I mean, and it did pretty good. Comes in 1% under the 970M. And actually 1% over the 1050 Ti desktop, which is pretty funny. But I mean, even World War II, you can do high, get 60 frames a second, 1080p high with a 1050 Ti. You can, Shadow of War. You can play it on medium at 1080 and get 60 frames a second on it. Play on that in Battlegrounds, medium and 1080, and get about 60 frames a second on it. 1050 Ti is kind of, for 1080p gaming, the 1050 Ti is pretty decent. What about your boy? GTA 5, where is it? You can even play a Witcher 3 on high and still get 44 frames a second. Not that you need 60 on Witcher 3, because you really don't. Yeah, high 1080p 60.3 frames a second is what they're talking about. So, I mean, the TI would probably be the way to go if you can grab one. Where's Guild Wars? No, Guild Wars isn't there. You suck. I know it's old game, but damn. They didn't do the Guild Wars on that. Well, that's okay, because we can go back. We can take a look at it here and then just see what they say about it. Guild Wars 2. Because they usually put it on the secondary page. No? Guess not. Oh, yes. Yes, they do. 1060 laptop. See, even a 1060 only gets 52 frames on maximum. On because it's so GPU dependent, Guild Wars 2. I have a GTX 1070 laptop and I can squeak out over 60 frames a second on it. 1050 notebook gets you about 40 in Ultra. They don't really have the 1050 Ti on here, so I would assume that's going to be somewhere between 43 and 52. So it's going to be right around, high 40s in high. Well, in high, it would be higher than that, but I mean Ultra. That's interesting. See, even with a 950M, you can play Guild Wars 2 in high and get 60 frames a second. That's dropping down to 768. Best appearance preset, all FXAA. Or FXAA on. See, that's not too bad. So that budget laptop will still be able to crank out 60 frames a second. Unless you're in a battle with like 100 people, then it'll crawl. But that's just it. Sub KNet Connectic EU #1 player big giveaway. Don't know what that means, bro. Thanks for coming to my stream though and advertising. The VX15 Black Edition, or you mean the VX? It's not the VX15. It's the Nitro Black Edition. You mean? The problem with the Acer Nitro Black Edition is that the heating on them, the thermal management on them sucks. It's one of the ones that I was like, I actually bought one, and instead of reviewing it, I returned it. Because I was like, you know what? No. The heat management on the VX15 just is plagued by friggin' the most horrible thermal management I've ever had. Just get the Helios, dude. Don't spend for what you want. Don't spend over this amount of money. $1,049.99. That's it. That's all. Do not spend anything more than that. You do not need anything more than that. Trust me, a GTX 1060 will crush any of those games that you want to play. Will crush them. In fact, I would be tempted to say, dude, for $699, get this. Because a 1050 Ti, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of a drop, but it's not that much of a drop that it won't handle what you want to play. That's actually really, really, really good. I'm glad that we looked that up, because now I'm gonna have to add. That'll be my next review unit, I think. I've never tested an HP Pavilion 15. I don't know that I don't know that I've ever even seen one. That's a 10. That's a GTX 1050 at $1,100. Are you kidding me? Yeah, screw that, dude. Screw HP. Yeah, these Nitro Black Editions, they look fucking awesome. And they, you know what I mean? But their heat management just blows. You can do your best keyboard? What do you mean? Cannot understand your statement, sir. Please rephrase. Yeah, look at that, man. 2.5 stars. They fucking down that shit. See, I don't get it. Here is the same exactly. Oh no, it's got 16 gigs of DDR and a 1 terabyte, and it's $900. And this one is $700. I guess they're saying if you buy another 8 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte hard drive, which costs you about $60 for the hard drive, maybe six. That's about $120. 7, 8. You can get it for a little bit less if you do the upgrade yourself. But yeah, I would say that this is a decent, basic, good deal here. And that's not bad for a 1050 Ti. But I'm still excited to test this guy out. Where is he at? He's probably out of stock right now, but I always just do 150. Here we go. Yeah, it's temporarily out of stock. People are buying the shit out of these right now. Up to 15 hours of battery life. Now, you're not going to get 15 hours, but you're going to get 8 to 10, guaranteed. Not gaming, but overall. Hey, no problem there, huh? His GTX 3 gig or 1050 Ti 4 gig. GTX 1063 gig is gonna eke out over a 1050 Ti. It's gonna be close, but the 1060 is still gonna be better, even though it has one less gigabyte of RAM. So yeah, I'm interested to see what this will do as far as budget gaming goes. When I did my series on this, uh, I don't know, remember when I uploaded this. Yes, get off my screen. When I did my thing on this in February, I mean, it's got almost 100,000 views, which isn't that, for a, whatever. I don't know about the build quality on the Acer Aspire 5 because I've never seen it in my hands. If it's anything like the VX15, it's going to be all plastic, but it's going to be solid because the VX15 looks pretty much, it's the successor to the VX15, so. Oh, the E15? Oh, it's fine. It's the coolest thing about the E15 series is that they're thin and light. You know what I mean? So putting them in a backpack, taking them to school, doing whatever you need to do with them, that's the cool thing about it, is you don't have this big hunkin' laptop that you got to lug around. It's a very thin, very light, very portable. The power brick is small. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could get away with a Logitech mouse, dude. I haven't tested any Radeon stuff, so I don't know. But I'm partial to NVIDIA myself, so I would have to say the 1050 Ti. But I haven't tested the RX 480, so. But this got a lot of attention. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, we're talking, you know, 70,000 views or whatever since February. And for me, that's not bad. You know what I mean? It's whatever. But this whole thing, see, this is his review of the, what is it? The Acer Aspire 5, which is basically what I'm going to review on the new one, except for it's the E15 line versus the 5 line. So it doesn't have that silver accent on it, and it looks a little bit different. And it also has a DVD drive in it. It also has that the Acer Aspire 5 does not have. So again, you know, he finally said, "Oh, finally a good $600 gaming laptop," and has almost 1 million views on it. Me, I'm like $549 gaming laptop, and I get 73,000 views on it. So I mean, that's just the way of the world. But you can see, like, all of these videos have tens of thousands of views. On my upgrading RAM, even has over 10,000 views. This has 24,000 views on how to add a, you know, I mean, this was just a pretty successful series that I did on these laptops. So, you know, even just Overwatch gameplay footage, people were happy to see. So it'll be interesting to see if, you know, people are going to be still interested in it or not. We'll see. What's my favorite laptop? The one out of the ones that I've tested, the MSI GT62VR is by far my favorite laptop, just because of the cooling, the typing experience, the screen, the fact that it has a GTX 1070 in it and can pretty much crush any game out there. That's definitely my favorite. Although I do have this Acer Aspire that I did, this 57D4. There was something to be said about the fact that it's super light, that it actually could play games and had a very small, you know, power cord and all these other things that made this a very cool thing to get without having to put out a lot of money for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not going to crush games. It's going to play games, but it's not going to crush games. But it was worth it, you know? I didn't answer. That's why. The E15 or the E5? I'm going to go towards the E15. And the reason that I'm going to go with the E15 is because it's got a DVD drive in it, which the E5 does not have. It's got, there's something else. It's got two USB 3.0 ports instead of one, which the E5, you mean the Acer Aspire 5 is what you're talking about. The Aspire 5 does not have a DVD drive. It only has one USB 3.0 port. The E15 has a DVD drive. It has two USB 3.0 ports and one USB 2.0 port. They both have IPS screens. The E15 has the Coffee Lake processor in it, and up until now, the Acer Aspire 5 only had the Kaby Lake processor in it, didn't have the Coffee Lake processor in it, so. But it is sold out at the moment. That is correct. That doesn't mean anything. That means that in a few weeks they'll have them in stock and everybody will be able to buy them. Just about when my reviews are going up. So, anyway, that's the deal with that. That's what's coming up in my channel. I'm working on the successor to the Acer Aspire E15, and the new Coffee Lake processor, the new MX150 GPU, and that's what I'm working on. That's the next one that I'm working on. So, that's what I'm working on. I mean, you can go through any of this other stuff here. For GTX 1070, you can check out the Dominator Pro. For the GTX 1060, you can check out the Helios 300. For the 1050 Ti, you can check out the VX15. I didn't really like the battery life on the Asus, so I only did an unboxing on that and sent it back. Whoops, I don't want to do that either. So I've got them all covered, man. I've got everything covered from the 940 MX all the way up to the GTX 1070 in the laptop world. What's up, Yusuf? And now I'm shooting all my videos with this Panasonic, the Panasonic FZ300. Okay. And did you guys see my moon zoom video? That was awesome. Next, I need to review the Predator 21X. Yeah, I'll have to sell my kidney for that, but I'll do it. No idea, man. Prime Day, it dropped down to like $8.99, I think it was, or was it $8.99? So I would expect them to do that maybe on Black Friday. Maybe it'll drop to $8.99, maybe. And that's a big maybe. You never know. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what they'll do? Did you guys see my moon zoom video? I thought it was awesome. Go away, so you don't demonetize my video. Yeah, comes with a crazy thing. Look at that moon zoom in 4K, baby. Pretty sweet. Look, it's the moon. The moon on a camera this big. Oh, I can't show you because my video camera's off. Nobody liked my zoom. Nobody liked my moon zoom test. I only got 120 views on it. That sucks. Lame. I thought it was a pretty cool video. So anyway, that's it. That's my tech talk for this week. That's what's coming up in the channel. Again, the MSI laptop that I reviewed, the Dominator Pro 238, is up for sale because it needs to get out of my house. So if anybody wants a MSI Dominator Pro with a GTX 1070 at an awesome price that's in great condition, let me know. When do I think the discounts are? Black Friday? Black Friday? You know, the day after Thanksgiving? Black Friday or Cyber Monday, one or the other. So that weekend, like that whole weekend. Still on its way, will arrive later than expected. Screw you. See, and then it says will be delivered by 8. So they don't know where the fuck it is. It's probably lost somewhere. My Acer budget laptop is lost in the mails. Yeah, Black Friday or Cyber Monday, that whole weekend. So hang out for Thanksgiving, eat a bunch of turkey, and then be on the lookout for deals on laptops and everything, pretty much. So that's when that'll all happen. No problem. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me for some tech talk. If there are other things that come up, I will have another one fairly shortly. But that's what's on the horizon for my channel. Stay tuned for the budget laptop series. And I will be back later. See you guys. Thanks.